Got another one. Look at that bluegill hanging out of his mouth. This one's bigger. Well, it's been a little while since I was able to get a video out to you guys. So right now, I'm at this super tiny pond here, and you can look at it and see what it looks like. I'm panfishing. I'm a little out of breath because there's a decent hill. I'm gonna show you that one too. Decent hill right there. My truck's all the way down there at the bottom, but I'm gonna try to catch some big panfish. And for the past few days, I've been coming to this pond because the river and all that stuff's like, the river and the creeks and everything's really high. And if you're from my area, then you'll know exactly what I mean. It's, the water's just, a lot of places are inaccessible. But this pond has a monstrous bass in it. The other day I hooked into a bluegill. Keep the long story short, I just couldn't set the hook on the bass. It's probably the biggest bass I've ever seen. Definitely be the biggest bass I've ever caught. So maybe, and it's probably not going to happen, but we're going to try to catch some bluegill. And as I'm catching them, the smaller ones I might, we got fish topping right there too. You can see the wake all over the place. I've heard a lot of people talk about the millworms and say these are the best, one of the best panfish baits you can have, and it better be. Look at that freaking price right there. So we're gonna give them a try. I've got a little float, little tiny jig head, bluegill all over the place. Hopefully that's a good sign, and we're gonna try to catch some big bluegill. All baited up. These things are so weird. I just feel like this is gonna be like the bait. First cast, I think it's gonna happen fast. All the way in the middle and see if they'll pick it up out there. Because that's where they're jumping at, like all of them. Jumping right in front of me. Everywhere I don't cast. They're happy, just not eating. Just going with it, got him. Ooh, first one. And he swallowed it. Like completely. And I didn't bring my pliers with me, so we're gonna throw him out on the other pole and let him swim around. See if he'll get the attention of a bass. Alright. Let's get him hooked up on here. I'm gonna hook him so he don't get hurt. Just in case I don't end up catching anything, I want him to release him back, or if nothing takes him. I'm just gonna let him swim around, cause all kinds of ruckus, see if anything eats him. He's probably gonna be all over the pond. Oh, never mind, popped out. Alright. Oh. There we go. Oh yeah. Got us another one. Feisty. Number two. Just pretty much average size, and this one was actually generous to give him a worm back. I think these might actually be wax worms. I'm not familiar with my worms. I know what a night crawler and a red worm is. There we go. Got one. About the same size, pretty average. Nice little, I guess you can call them sunfish. Pretty decent little guy. After bigger than that. A little bit bigger. Ooh, he's got poop or something coming out of him. He hit before I could completely turn the camera on. I feel like they're all about the same size. They're all pretty decent though. Fun to fight them on this little rod. And I switched my reel to left hand. Oh, daggone. As soon as it gets out there, it's like sort of waiting on it. Clean me that time. Nothing hasn't touched the bluegill yet. Still waiting. Hopefully. He's like kind of laying on the bank. All the other ones are out there just having fun, so the bass can't be like too. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, there's a big bass chasing it right there on the bank. Right there on the bank. You guys see that? And that's a big bluegill too. Big bass chasing that bluegill. Right up on the bank. So he's over here. I'm gonna put my bass pole. That's a nice bluegill too. There's a freaking monster bass right here. Probably won't ever catch him, but I'm gonna reel this in. Try to work this towards the bank on this side. See if I can get him to hit this bluegill. Because that bass is like right in here. There you go. Just another one. It's like I can't hit anything on my bass rod. Oh, there we go. Something's got the bluegill. Oh. Took the bluegill. That bass came up, ate the bluegill. I missed the bass, of course. That might be my last shot for that. Totally unexpected. I didn't see it coming at all. Hopefully that bluegill ended up getting away and the bass didn't eat it, and then I get another chance at it. Look at this whopper. That bass just tried to eat him on the way in. He's still eating. We got one. We gotta get him in quick. Because that bass don't freaking eat him. Oh. Another nice one. Not as big as the last one that I didn't get to record, but still decent bluegill nonetheless. And he is going to be bait because I have no. And I'm not going to miss this bass again. I'll show you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take another hook and I'm going to hang it off of this hook. And hopefully that works. Let's see how. Got to figure this out first. I think this might do right here. Just going to put this hook through this hook like that. I think looks sloppy, but I think it might work better than nothing as long as we get a hook in him. And the weight game's on. Yeah, he's got it. Got the. Maybe not. Let go of him again. He's like not giving up on this bluegill though. Oh, there he goes again. He got him again. Maybe. Got it. Got the work. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, guys. That's why I've been chasing him. Right there. Right through the bottom of the mouth. I'm gonna have to use my. They're not going back in the water yet, big boy. That's my biggest, probably one of my biggest bass I've ever caught. Guys, I've been chasing the bass in this little pond and finally end up with one of the bass that's in here. This is a super small pond and these guys, look at the belly on him. They have been chowing down on these bluegill in here. And it has been stressful trying to catch him. It all started because I was reeling my bluegill in one day and all of a sudden got it to the bank. Couldn't believe it, and these guys are what's taking. There's a bigger one in here. We're gonna check the weight on him real quick though. Okay guys, there it is, zeroed out. I got a new scale here. It's the first time I've actually used it. Just turn it, figure out how to work it here. Guess I'll kind of hook it right here on this. Locked 4+ pounds, 4 pounds, 3 ounces. It's close to my PB right there. Oh, it's amazing. Well, we're going to turn him back in the water, try to catch more bluegill, maybe let one more swim around out there and try to catch the beast that's in here. There it goes. He is going to be bait. That right there is about the size of that last bluegill, and you can see my rig's set up ugly right here. But I ain't even using the right hooks, to be honest. But as long as I can get a hook in the bass's mouth, that obviously worked. So that's what we're going to do again. I'm going to let him swim around out there and see if we get the same effect, and see if there's, if I'm not losing my mind, if there's a bigger one in here. There we go. The bass has got it again. Look at that. Got another one. Look at that bluegill hanging out of his mouth. This one's bigger. Can't see where my hook is here. Oh man. Guys, another freaking whopper of a bluegill. Or a bass. I'm all excited. Look at that bass. His eyes are crazy looking too, and the bluegill's still hanging out of his mouth. Look at this one, guys. Bluegill still hanging out of his mouth. We're gonna get a weight on him too. I think this might top the first one. Let's check the weight on him real quick. A little bigger. 4.5. 4.5. Check him out. Yeah. Another nice bass. We're turning back. Oh, there it goes. Crazy thing. Let's catch us another bluegill and try this again. I wonder if there's any more in here. This is absolutely crazy. Got us another bluegill here. He's gonna be bass bait. Where's them hog bluegill at? Look at that bobber right there. Something's chasing that bluegill for the third time. Well, it's a different one. The other one that was all mangled and stuff, I just tossed him back. Kind of cruel, but not enough life in him to really draw much attention. Oh. So he took it. Oh, that's a good one. Pretty good one right there. It's one of the better bluegill I've got so far. Ow, ow. You got it. All of a sudden, he starts fighting. Felt really little at first. It's actually a pretty big bluegill. Really thick sucker. These guys are eating really good. Just turn him back. You got 2 millworms slash wax worms on here now. And we got down. That's a bigger one right there. That's the ones I've been trying to catch, I think. Yeah. That is a toad bluegill. Oh man. I'm gonna thumb him in front of the big camera. Look at that bluegill right there. It's a beast. We'll turn it back. I still got that bluegill out there swimming around, and I think I'm going to take him off and I'm going to call it a day. It was a complete success no matter how you look at it, for me anyhow, and I'm sure it would be for a lot of you too. But I want to thank everybody for taking time and watching my videos, and everybody who subscribed, and if you haven't, please do. Leave this video a thumbs up if you actually liked it. I thought it was pretty crazy, the size of those bluegill, so I'm sure it don't work like that all the time, but I think I found a new bass bait. We'll come back to this pond later on in the future and see if we can catch the biggest bass that's in here. I don't know what it is, and I know it's getting close to dark now, as you could probably tell, but I'm gonna show you the size of this pond one more time. You can't really tell from here, but I would say it might be 50 foot across. My camera makes everything look so much further, but yeah, it's a very small pond. These fish are freaking gorging these bass in here, and I don't know if I'm getting a hit over there or not right now. But anyways, thank you guys again. I appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Good luck, buddy. Don't become bass bait.